I've got a funny work story actually. He was on a team and he was chatting to a girl. She put one of those remote control vibrators in her puss, and he had the control over it. Goes max power in there. She messages back. She goes, "Oh, can you calm down? I'm gonna come." He basically took 3 doses of DMT on the head. In this trip, he had a whole completely different life. And he had a wife, he had kids and stuff. The only time he came back out of his trip was when he eventually got hit by a car. He's just lost his wife and a kid that he was going to have.
Your brother. I went, yeah, what about him? He goes, he's out to CUNT. Without even, like, literally a reaction. I went, why? Turn on a clothesline him.
That's all I can see is you, like... 2 bouncers pulling his out. I was like, what's going on?
Swear on everything, right? Like, this is no exaggeration. And I'm out of breath and I can't breathe because, like, something scared the actual shit out of me. All I can remember seeing is, I swear to God, is this old woman, right, with these glasses on, just look at me and just kept going past like that. This is why a part of me does believe in that. I hate it when he does that.
Welcome back to episode 13 of the Glasshouse podcast. Joined today by, of course, I haven't done that in ages. I feel like we kind of need to remind the people that don't know us. Anthony, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't know.
No.
Who don't know me?
Fucking everyone. Yeah, anyway, home of...
No, don't. No, because we're not doing none of that new shit no more. No. No. The transparent views, yeah. 100%.
Transparent views, no. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about straight into the episode, right? So... I've kind of like during the week, I've sort of came to the realization of I don't like the format of the podcast. Is it a podcast or is it a fucking news broadcast?
Yeah, I agree though as well.
You know, like
we're not Trevor McDonald.
Exactly. I was gonna. Oh, actually, I can't. I don't know any of the news anchors. Anyway, but yeah. Ben Shepherd. There we go. But yeah, I don't like I haven't been enjoying the format of the podcast that we have been doing for the last. Well, I mean, the only episode we've only actually done one where we've talked about just like stuff.
Yeah, we liked it as well, like that was our thing. We genuinely liked it.
Related to like news and what's trending and stuff, because half of the shit I couldn't give a shit about, and neither do you. Yeah. You know, but like in our mind, we're new at this, right? And it's obviously a brand new podcast, and we're like. Obviously, it's only episode 13. We're trying to find our feet. We're trying to find what works well for us, what works well for the channel. At the same time, most of the time, what works for the channel is the clickbaity like stuff. You know, put KSI in your title, and you're guaranteed to do a better episode than the previous one if you haven't put his name in it. You know, it's just the way the YouTube algorithm is. But we've always said like we don't give a shit about the numbers. We don't give a damn about views or whatever. We just want to make good, entertaining, funny content for people to watch and listen to. So I did a little poll on social media, Twitter, Instagram, which you can find the handle down below. Cheeky plug. But yeah, and most of the people were just like, well, they watch podcasts for what? I think like it was like 80-90% of the vote was like life experiences and stories about stuff.
I think people want to see your personality instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of just nobody cares about King Charles.
Yeah.
Literally nobody cares.
And we spent like 10-15 minutes of the last episode just saying like, we don't give a fuck and how bad it is. But everybody knows that. I think you come to watch a podcast to escape reality, right? You come in to like be a part of a conversation that 100%. You don't normally hear day in, day out. That's what I watch podcasts anyway. And I agree with what the audience was saying, but we just wasn't doing it. So, but at the end of the day, it's like, there's no harm, foul by us. We're just trying to find our feet, the new podcast. And we want to do something that works for us. Forget about the views. Like, we don't care about the views. We just want to make good, funny content. And that's what people like. And that's what I enjoy doing, you know? Like, I've got a go back and edit for like 2-3 hours and just
Yeah.
listen to it. I'm just like, like I've got to put it out because we recorded it, but I'm just kind of like, it's a bit whack, you know? And the views and the feedback don't lie, you know? So we're going to try a new format out, which we both have come to an agreement to, because it is obviously a joint effort, this podcast. And we're going to show a more, I don't know what you'd call it, like a more human side to us, stuff we want to talk about our lives, our past experiences, thoughts on, you know, dilemmas people may have in scenarios and shit like that, you know? Like, I really want to strip it back from news-based podcast because I think it's funny when we don't.
Yeah. Do you know what we should do though? We should get AI to ask us questions.
AI?
Yeah, mate, do you know AI is writing loads of podcasts now?
Is it really?
I swear to God, you watched Jeff FM, and he said, hey, he gets AI to like pick all his topics and stuff like that. It's not very, I don't know.
But that's what we don't want though. Like, we don't want it to be like a scripted type podcast.
Yeah.
We just want a few points, and then we're just gonna wing it and go off the cuff, literally. Like, because before every episode, we're like, oh, what are we talking about? What's happened in the last week? It's kind of like, who gives a shit, you know?
No,
so
I agree.
we're real in this bitch now. So yeah, but do we still give a fuck how we feel?
Well, yeah, I care about how I feel.
No, I wonder if you care about how I feel.
Of course I do. I like you just.
That was the. Of course I do.
You're like a boiled egg.
A boiled egg.
Yeah, you're like.
Bro, you've got the eggiest shaped head I've ever seen.
You are taking the piss.
You got a head like fucking...
You are literally... Listen,
do you remember those aliens they used to put in jelly and they used to think gave birth, bro? You're the head. You got a head like Thierry Henry. Fucking peanut. Like a rugby ball.
You look like a... Never mind. Let's go. Was your week good though? Was your week fine? I don't think I've spoken to you since Sunday. So
no, we don't even play games anymore. Like, I think we're just like I feel like we're past the stage.
No,
but there's shit
never.
games out
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
but there's
never.
shit games
That's
out.
why I'm
but
Overwatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Virgin. but yeah, nah. Have I had a good week? Yeah. So obviously I'm still applying for loads of jobs. Did get rejected in the week, which is always fun, you know. But
is it worse getting rejected by
what
a girl or a
doesn't
job?
kill you makes you strong.
Yo, what's worse, getting rejected by a girl or a job?
A job. Gotta be, bro. Plenty more fish in the sea for me.
I've never been rejected by a girl, that's what I'm asking you.
Clown. You've only ever spoke to one anyway, and you've been with her for the last 12 years.
Straight out of high school.
But yeah, nah. A job, surely. What is worse? Rejected by a girl or a job? If it's a job that you want, yeah. If it's a job that you just applied for just because, like, you were just like, I need some money, then...
No disrespect, but like...
Oh, no, but it depends on the girl as well.
No, that's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, I mean, if you're applying for a job in... No disrespect to anybody who works at Mackie D's, but, like, if you're applying for a job at Mackie D's, I think being rejected by, like, someone like Kim Kardashian would hurt more than getting rejected by a job at McDonald's.
Oh, why did you have to pick Kim Kardashian? Because I would rather get rejected by Kim Kardashian than McDonald's. But
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh, hell no.
But yeah, no, I'd much prefer to get rejected by a girl than a job.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get rejected by a girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what.
What do you?
Like you said, it depends.
But you can't really answer this question. You've had the same job your whole life, and you've had the same girlfriend the entire life.
Don't like. I was literally saying this the other day to someone. Do you know, like, everything you're meant to do in your 30s, I did in my 20s.
Oh.
Like, 2 kids, got engaged, bought a house.
Do you ever wish you met her like 5 years?
5 years what?
5 years after. Obviously, you still have your kids and that, but
5
like...
years after what?
When you met her, like, when you was like 18, 19, when she was like 14.
Yo, that's mad. You can't say stuff like that. You can't say stuff like that. Nah, I'm joking.
Oh, she said she was 12. Nah, but no.
She was 17.
Yeah, and no, but you like wish you met her when she was like say 21 and you was like
No,
23?
because we were both sacred keeps.
Okay.
Like we both lost our flowers together.
Oh, okay.
Yo, she's gonna watch this. They go, yo, what the fuck?
I know. Why are you talking like that? Just say, yeah, I bapped the cherry, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did she bap mine?
Yeah.
Sorry if any of her family watch.
I doubt it.
But yeah, no. Yeah, so man. Like I literally that travel vlog, I haven't edited a damn thing of it. It's such a beast, bro. I've got like 3 hours of footage which I need to condense down to like probably 20, 30 minutes.
Why can't we do a part series?
Nah, it's just a better for one video, innit? And I feel like
so?
yeah, because when I was in oh, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah.
What?
Anyway,
I didn't even know you went there.
But when I went to I'll bleep it. But when I went to a place, it was so fucking boring. So boring. Like, there's no way I could make a whole YouTube video out of it. It was ass. It was so boring.
Yeah, but it was. Yeah, but that's not a place where it's kind of like, oh.
I know, but it's
gotta
like
make content. It's like a
the rule's the rule, innit? But no, I've been getting some advice off.
I want to ask you questions now about it.
Nah, but like I've been getting some advice off our boy Wicked. He's been giving me some advice on like the video and stuff. I need to like the intro, basically the first 5 seconds of the video. He said treat it like that person's gonna click off straight away as soon as they clicked on the video. They're not interested, so I need to like miss the beast there and be like, I did blah 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 blah, and blah, 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 blah. This is how, you know, one of them type things. But like, ugh, it's
how
forced,
did he?
innit?
I want to know how he said it to you. Did he go, yo, big man thing, yeah? Yo, he's so funny.
Probably.
He's so funny.
Actually, it was a voice note. Shall I play it?
No, don't.
Why?
Don't. You can't be doing that.
Nah, I won't do it.
Private shit.
But
you would do it. What are you talking about?
What?
You would do it.
I know I was literally gonna, but you made me feel bad now. But yeah, no. How was your week?
Yeah, it was good. Well, come on, the baby shower was Sunday.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. It was
Yeah, I know what. Yeah, but
your
like,
first, baby shower.
it was for her though, wasn't it? And to be fair, her friends killed it.
No,
Everyone
they
that got involved,
did.
they like absolutely smashed it. And I had like, and we both said it as well. We kind of had like imposter syndrome. We were like, why is people like giving us so much stuff?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and not
no,
like
it's
all
nice.
this love and shit. I'm just like, this is mental. And to be fair to her, I am so jealous of her friend group. Literally, I'm very jealous. Our friend group is ass, right? When it comes to planning stuff, do nice things together, lads. You know, let's meet up, let's do this, let's do that. Non-existence. Them lot, they'll just pop to another country every now and then, you know, chill, link up, go for food nearly every weekend. They always chill with each other.
How many of them got kids?
0. That's not many of them got men. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm
that's
joking.
rude.
A couple of them.
There's a few of them downstairs.
Yeah, no.
Stereo.
But yeah, no, they have got like a serious friendship group. And to be fair, like they've been friends since like some of them like primary school.
Wait, mate, so have we.
With who?
We got
With who?
There's 5.
Pitto.
There's 5 of us.
Pitto. Yeah, me, you, Pitto, Dom, and Stretch.
Mate, Dom said, wait there. Let's just be like. So we were meant to go out, yeah?
Yeah.
Like we were meant to go out. We got back to the house and he was just like, I can't do it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I know, man.
Do you know what though? Do you know how happy I was when you said
I know,
that?
man.
You don't, because
It was one of them, wasn't it?
we had dopey with us who was just buzzing off his tits. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
thinking to myself,
know.
this is what I want to talk about. I don't have the energy to do that no more, I don't think.
No, I do.
To go out.
No, but I
don't
do.
have
But
that
it wasn't
energy.
in my intention, though. That's what it was. Like my head wasn't clipped, right?
5 o'clock shadow.
Like my head wasn't like cut, you know. And I just wasn't like amped for it in the mood for it. And when it was like 3 of us, I'm just like, oh, you know, I gotta speak to the same 2 dickheads all night. Like, do you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
But it's one of them, innit, when you go for a night out. It's
No.
like I need the hype. Like, obviously, a night out is like, couldn't tell you the last time I couldn't even tell you the last time I went out. But when I used to go out, couldn't honestly tell you like the last time like I had a really good night out, because like it's always the hype behind the night out. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, the boys are out,
Yeah,
we're
but
all
that's
getting
the-
together, we're going here, we're drinking this, yes, it's a big time. And then like 2 hours after, you're just like, oh, fuck this, I want to get McDonald's and
Yeah,
go.
because you've already had that endorphin rush, haven't you? So when you announce it, you're like, oh yeah, and you've already had that rush. You've already felt that feeling. So then it's time to, like you said, get a McDonald's and go home. But when we wet the baby's head, oh my God.
Do you know what? Do you know what I want to do?
Oh my God.
Do you know what I want to do if we do that?
No, I would 100% would do it.
Why don't we do the 3 o'clock Saturday kickoff? Do you know that thing? The challenge.
Yeah, but it'd only be. Oh no.
No, it's class.
No, because by full time, mate, I'm like, I can't.
You could be in like Gateshead or something. No, not full time. You got to go in the first one. So basically, you all go to the pub.
Yeah.
Get Gillette Soccer Saturday special on Jeff Stelling.
First of all, season's gonna be totally over by then. What do you
mean? Well, it depends when we go in there.
No,
can't go straight away from
we're
now.
Going after this when the baby's born.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to take like a month. The baby's due next month, so then give it another month or two.
No, what do you mean a month or two?
Bruh.
No, it's like a week or 2 weeks after.
That's messed up.
No, it's not.
Oh, bro, the window's open. You can get all the traffic in Bombay, bro. But yeah, no. But the challenge is whatever team scores first, you go to their city or town for a night out.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
You're a boring bastard, Joel. That's a bit old, innit? That's funny, bro. You could be in fucking Gates.
There's gonna be, honestly.
Oh, bro, imagine Coventry score first. Fuck. Oh.
Or something like Peterborough.
I'm good. Class.
I know I'm good.
No, but you know what's funny is, because there might be other people that's doing it that Saturday as well. So, like, there'll be loads of people.
Do you know what? It would be
just
good.
go into this one area. That's what they need to do, you know? They, like, so it needs to, like, rally up, like, like lads and people go out for a night out and be like, to this week, everybody's going to go to the first place.
Let me tell you something. If we done it, no night out, it'd be Swansea.
Imagine.
It's not a bad night out, though.
It's not that bad, but
it's not that bad.
You wanna branch out, don't you? But it's got to be like, can't be like fucking Rill or something. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be accessible.
No, I wouldn't go anywhere else.
Can you imagine going North Wales?
Hell no.
But
where would I go? Like you said, like somewhere.
Well, there's loads of London clubs in it, so. But like Newcastle would be a mission. Like
Middlesbrough, nope.
Like those places would be a mission. They'd be good nights out, but missions.
Where would that have to be though? In England?
Yeah.
Because what if like Livingston?
No, it's got to be in like the English leagues. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it can't have like in TNS going first. Do you know what I mean?
Can't be going there.
But or like Scotland. But yeah.
Yeah, but when we go out, that's like. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to that time. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Should be a good NF. All right, Mike. So do we want to? If you got anything else that you want to talk about in your week? It doesn't matter.
Do you know what? So yesterday, like I'm in work, and I'm speaking to like all the delivery drivers. Right, I speak to them all the time. Yeah. And there's this one guy from Liverpool, and he goes, you watch that shit on the weekend? I went, watch it. He went, the monarchy. I don't want to keep doing it because I do it too good. And he's like, I just, and he's just talking to me about like he doesn't like churches, but he follows the word of Jesus. But he doesn't like go into churches because he doesn't trust them and all stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then he just kept on going on. He kept on going on, and he said, do you know what? Like, do you know what things are gonna kill us? I went, more. He went, desire. That's gonna kill us.
Desire.
He goes, that's what kills people is the desire to do stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm just listening to everything he's saying. But let me tell you a story. So what's that? He went, I left my wife for someone 21 years younger than me. I was 50 and she was 29. 29. He goes, she was a Czechoslovakian woman. Okay, he went.
Czechoslovakian.
He goes to me. I moved out to like Prague with her. He goes, lovely time. He goes, I come back, and this bitch is about to leave me for someone young. Mate, like it's a following, a pursuit though. Like that's exactly what happens. You can't go out. You can't cheat with somebody and then expect them not to cheat on you. I think it's ridiculous. But he's like, this is what he's saying to me. He's like. He goes, I don't regret it though, because I'm glad I left my wife. And he's just like, he's talking about it.
No, but that's probably it though, isn't it?
Oh, he's talking about he left his wife though.
They have kids?
Yeah.
Oh, bruh.
But this is a person who I barely, like, I don't know. I don't even know his name. And he was just going and going and going about all these, like, check women's out there because his like wife's into swinging and all stuff like that. Mate, this guy's like a 50-year-old bald man from Liverpool. He is loving life at the moment, but he's like, no, she's too controlling. I don't like her, and she's probably gonna leave him for someone who's younger. I felt a bit sorry though for him.
You reap what you sow, though. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that's what it is though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously he wasn't happy in the first place. He was content with being happy, but
He was with his wife for 30 years. He said.
but like, yeah, but like he obviously wasn't happy. Like I would never imagine myself with another woman, like having a house, having a kid with another woman. Like if that was, say that was a thing tomorrow, I would never go back with another woman again because I'd just be like, what's the point? It's not worth it. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
I would just buy a van and I'd be going into the woods. But
no, I'd be visiting every glory hole around the country.
Oh shit! I got a kid coming now. I can't go to the woods, can I?
I mean, you can chop trees.
I'll kidnap him. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, that is.
But yeah, no, but like, I mean, I'm glad that he's saying like, you know, he's following the word of Jesus because like he needs some sort of guidance.
He was literally saying to me, you know, all glory to God and stuff like that, and he was like,
was he pissed up or something?
No, listen, like he because he said like he was like raised in like a church and stuff like that, but he doesn't like go to it no more, and he was just telling me like all these things, and something else he told me, and I'm sat here with this guy for about half hour, and mate, one of my favorite films of all time, The Truman Show.
Yeah,
he was like, do you know that is literally about Jesus?
How?
Exactly. But he was like, Jesus had like 3 betrayers, and if you watch the Truman Show's mum, his wife, his girlfriend, and his best friend, they all betray him and all stuff like that. And
no, but 3 people didn't betray Jesus. It was one person.
I haven't got a clue about stuff like that, but this guy was going on for centuries. He was just going on and on and on.
I like speaking to people like that because it's always nice or refreshing to hear another person's perspective on life, you know?
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna get more guests on, I feel.
Do you know what he said though, which I like, because obviously
get him on the podcast.
As you say, like I don't follow religion, but I do believe in something. I think if you don't believe in something, then you don't like. I just don't.
Well, do you want to hear something fucked up? So, I've seen 2 different stories about when people took drugs. So, you know, Ari Shafir,
of course,
the comedian, he's always on Joe Rogan
Yeah.
now. So they were talking about
the
time.
Kobe Bryant joke. Yep.
Oh,
Did you not know
fuck
about
him then? No, but anyways, it's nothing like cool that he did. But he did salvia, which is like a drug, is like a hallucinogenic type thing or whatever, right? Now he's taking this drug live on a podcast, and everyone's just like carrying on as they're going, and he's just like monging out of it, whatever, for like 10 minutes. He comes back after 10 minutes and he's like freaking out, flapping, like being quite aggressive and shit. He basically said while he was on his trip for 10 minutes, he was in his own other life that he was in, where he was like living underwater he had a wife, he had kids, he had a job. He was living underwater, and he was like, he said he had a job, he had a wife, he had a whole life down there. Like he had family and shit there. It was completely normal to him, absolutely normal to him. And when he came back afterwards, obviously he was like freaking out or whatever. And he was trying to drink water, but he like couldn't drink water because he was like, yo, this is for breathing, not for drinking. Like, what the fuck's going on, you know? So Joe Rogan goes, some guy said to Joe Rogan, he goes, you know what Joe Rogan, like he goes, we could be in one right now. He goes, whoa.
I hate it when he does that. I hate it when he does that.
Oh, it's my favorite thing in the world.
I hate it when he does that.
There's 2 things I love about Joe Rogan when he goes, whoa. And when he's doing animal impressions as well.
Yo, I hate that.
Whoa.
Everybody he leads for it.
He's like, whoa. He's like, whoa. But I did see another guy actually, it was a TikTok. He basically took 3 doses of DMT on the head, right? So you go into like, I don't know what they call it, like the fucking 5th realm or some shit or whatever. DMT obviously is a drug you can smoke or fucking eat, or I don't know what the fuck it is. But your body produces it before you die, right? So he said he literally in this trip, right, which he was only out for like however long, right? He had a whole completely different life. He he was at a crossroads where he was either going to go to school or not went to school. But in this life, he went to the school and he had a wife, he had kids and stuff. He lived an entire life. The only time he came back out of his trip was when he eventually got hit by a car. So in his mind, right, while he's away from this, he's been living a life for years and years and years and years. So obviously, when he's came back from his trip, he's like, but then he's just lost his wife and a kid that he was gonna have. So he's mourning. Like the guy's grieving. Like I've just like, bearing in mind he's already with some girl already in this other in his normal life. Do you know what I mean? But he's taken this.
That is wild.
And then he's come back where he's lived years and years and years because he got hit by a car. Now he spoke to his mum about it, and his mum always said she used to have a nightmare where he got killed by a car. Weird shit, right? Definitely weird. But like, imagine now you've just taken something, you're gone for years.
Do you reckon that shows you? Do you reckon that shows your desires in life, what you actually really want?
I don't think we got any control of it. He might have entered into a fucking different timeline, or
Yeah, but do you reckon like if I went took DMT and I went into another world, I could be like a 6 foot black person?
No, because I think your consciousness where you are, it knows who you are and what you look like. You know. I don't know, man. It's just fucking weird, but yeah,
I'd
that's.
love to dunk a basketball. See, so if I was 6 foot, I didn't have to be black, obviously, but if I was 6 foot, yeah,
You won't be able to dunk being 6 foot unless you had like mad
I got hops
athleticism.
as it is already. So, yeah.
But yeah, imagine now you've taken a drug, you've had a completely new life, and now you've just lost your wife and.
Yeah, but imagine waking up right now and you could be in one, and then you've lost everything.
Whoa.
That's what it is.
Whoa.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's them block up thoughts though, innit? Do you know when they say like that meme where they used to be like people used to ask like these random questions about and they'd be like, but do you know there's always one that pickled my head. I did actually watch the video to explain why, right? But when you're in, do you know the whole thing when you're inside of a train, when you're outside of a train, and if you jump?
No.
Now, if you're you're on a train, right?
Yeah.
Right? You blow in, right? When you're inside the train, you jump. You land in the same spot, right? But when
you jump out of a train,
but when you're on the roof of the train and you jump, you're not at the same spot anymore.
Yeah.
There was like a whole sort of explanation to it, but I still fries my head.
I thought it was gravity. It's not, is it?
No, but like it's
plane,
obviously there's an answer to it, it's like physics or whatever,
Yeah.
but whatnot. But like trying to like rack your brain into actually thinking of like how is it? Because like I'm inside of something and I jump, I travel with it. But when I'm on top of something and I jump, I don't travel with it.
Let me ask you something. Do you actually care about that?
No, but it's like
Yeah, I don't.
no, but when you read it and then you deep it, you're like, the fuck? Do you know what I mean?
This is why I should never get high.
No, but I don't get high, bro.
I mean, I would, but
yeah, no, imagine that. But yeah. Back to work stories then. Was is the bloke, is he all alright now? Is he fucking
I mean, I'll probably see him again soon. He spotted me and
yeah, safe,
he left.
bruv.
But like he seemed good. Like you could tell he was a nice guy and stuff like that. But this whole thing with like his wife, I'm not a big fan of like just leaving your kid and your wife after 30 years. I'm not a big fan.
For a younger Czechoslovakian.
Because I said because I was speaking to my missus about it, and she said I was like, do you know if I come out as gay now, would you support me? Yeah. I was like, so how come I was gay, you'd support me? She was like, yeah. I was like, so if I went out and just smashed somebody else, like another girl, would you support me? She was like, well, no. Double standards, man. I'm telling you, these women don't know what they want.
Well, world's your oyster now, isn't it?
I guess it is.
I've got a speaking of work, I've got a funny work story actually. And do you know what? Thinking back now, one of the guys that I used to work with, he actually responded back to the pod. And he was like, "Oh, you should talk about some funny call center stories, right?" So my background is obviously call centers and shit, a manager, etc. Right? You obviously work in
Don't.
Yeah,
don't.
BT.
Yeah, don't.
Nah, but
because
yeah,
I've said some wild shit and somebody could end up thing.
Maybe not. So but yeah, like my background is like call centers and stuff, and I've got like it's kind of funny. Like not I'm trying to think back of a funny work story. It's kind of funny. So in a call center, obviously there's on a floor could be about 150 to like 200 people, right? You've got mixed breed of people. You've got old, young, women, female, anything in between, all
Women
that
and
fun
female.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was this one kid who was on another team, right? He was on a team and he was chatting to a girl who was on another team. And they were at both other ends of the floor in there. So in work, obviously, we have like a work chat type thing. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
obviously on a PC or whatever, like an MSN for work. And they're speaking to each other for a while, innit? And everyone's like crowded around this computer, innit? And they're all like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Basically, what happened was they were like seeing each other. I think they were like shagging each other or whatever. She was like sat next to her manager, and they're all crowded around his computer because he's like messaging her. So I'm gonna look at like the messages and stuff. Basically, what happened was she put one of those remote control vibrators in her puss,
Oh my god.
and he had the control over it.
I'd be if that person
Right, literally, right? So Johnny is so grim. Everyone's like, yo, charge it, whip it up.
Oh, bro.
Max power.
No.
Goes max power in there. She messages back, she goes, oh, can you calm down? I'm gonna come.
That is weird.
It is. That's fucked up. I
But
was
the
like,
fact that he got all his like mates around, mate, that is weird.
he's like, oh, have a look at this. Got like the controller in her, bro, just like whipping it. Bear in mind, she like sat next to a manager.
Did anybody tell her like, listen, there's a bunch of guys just controlling? it,
Nah,
like-
it's like fucking lad humor and work, innit? But
You're telling me that didn't get around?
oh yeah, obviously it got around, but I don't think it got into the ears of the wrong people.
Oh my god,
But,
that is wild.
But yeah, but then like she said to him, "Well, I gotta go toilet and fucking sort myself out."
Jesus. Oh, so
Imagine though, but imagine, right? Obviously, done in there. She's speaking to people on the phones, like,
yeah.
but like I only knew this, like, kind of like when she was going and shit. So don't put it on me. Like, I didn't really know, but yeah, no, I like people were talking about it, and like everyone was like, yeah. But she was speaking to customers,
That is what. Let me ask
sat
you.
next to a manager, just
Let me ask you
fucking-
something as well about call centers. Is the myth, or is it real? Like, I just don't know. The call center slags.
Oh yeah, fucking hell.
I've always heard about them.
Call center
They're like
slags,
mythical
bro.
creatures.
They're not that mythical. I can fucking tell you that. They ain't that mythical, but yeah, no, call centers are a funny old place. Like I've only ever worked in a call center. So
Yeah.
from like 18, I worked in Sky. Got sacked from there for fucking whatever reason, no idea why. Still to this day, they were just getting rid of loads of people. I was like, all right, whatever. Then I went to British Gas, got sacked from there as well. Because me and the guy who was running the place was gonna have a fight. And where'd I go then? And then I was at well, actually I won't say, but I was at an energy company for like the last 6 years. And I can assure you,
You fucking sacked more times than Roy Hodgson you have.
Jesus
Jesus Christ.
They call me fucking what's his name?
Fucking
Sam
I was gonna
Allardyce.
say, you got a big Sam.
Call me Big Sam. Nah, but how many times have you? No, I've only been sacked
Twice.
twice. Yeah, I've only been sacked twice. Never fun. I can assure you. But I was only like fucking 18,
Yeah,
19
yeah.
anyway, so it was whatever.
I remember when I went out with you and you made me. Oh my god, I can tell you fucking stories about
Whoa,
the first few times I went out with.
with me.
Yeah, like in all of your work friends. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
The one time I got kicked out of the fucking beer cellar.
Beer color,
Yeah.
bro. That was your fault, right? No, it was no. You know, I'm
Oh,
not saying it
bro.
was your fault. You got kicked out. It was your fault that we didn't fill in the kingdom we're supposed to. I can't believe you did that. Context, right? We went out for some kids stag do in
I've
work.
never, bearing in mind, I have
Never
never,
met
met a single person
Yeah.
out.
But he was like, I don't want to be nasty, but he was a bit of a
He's a
fucking.
dickhead.
Not the guy. The guy who stag do it was. He
Oh,
was
no,
like,
he's a nice guy.
he,
wasn't
he, he did have like friends and shit. So we all like just said,
Oh, yeah, I remember.
fuck it,
now.
we'll go out
Yeah.
for a stag do and whatever. So we did that, and I was just like, oh yeah. He was like, bring people. I was like, more the merrier. So we came and went to the beer cellar, the pub, and then
So basically, I sat down, right? So I'm sat.
no. But prior to
Oh, yeah, go on
that,
then.
this kid was like one of them drunks, bro. Very annoying,
Bro,
like
he thinks he's
hands-on,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
hands-on, like touchy with people, like quite like aggressive movements and like slapping people and shit. And one of the boys fucking walloped him across the face. He was slapping people, like slapped him, and he was like getting all arsey about it and shit. And I said to him, I was like, bro, if you don't behave yourself, like you're going home. Like nobody's gonna want to have a night with you. You're going home. That's all they said. Trying to do him a favor. And then
So then I'm sat on the table with the one guy who's like 7 foot tall.
yeah,
Yeah, you know, yeah, you know him.
he's the one that slapped him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sat on the table with him, and I'm just speaking to guy because we're talking about football and all stuff like that. So this kid comes over, and I'm just like, because I've never met him, but I'm like, oh, you know what I mate? He was like, literally on the verge of tears, like, do you know, like with them kids who,
Yeah, like a child.
yeah, he
toddler.
sat like that. He goes, your brother. I went, yeah, what about him? He goes, he's a
CUNT,
He's a CUNT. Without even like, with like a reaction, just like literally a reaction. So I went, what? I turned on a clothesline him. The first time I've ever done something to anybody in my entire life. I just clotheslined him, and then obviously.
And then I was like nowhere near all that. I think I went to the toilet and I came back, and that's all I can see is you like fucking 2 bouncers pulling his out. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then Jacob came over and was like, oh, I don't want to do his accent, but
Don't.
thank you, buddy. Just yeah.
Do it now. Gotta do it.
You really just got kicked out. You can't kill Callum. Nah, I like Jacob. Jacob, if you do actually watch the podcast, I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I came outside, and then it was all this scuffling and whatever. And I said to you, I said, they're gonna throw him out by ear now forever. So I was like, whatever you do, don't just fucking run at him or whatever. Just wait for him to come around the corner, and we'll fill him in. As soon as he come out, fucking come on in. Fuck's sake. I was like, I'm not getting involved anymore. Fuck this.
Then we had to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
It was a good night though.
But
I enjoyed it.
do you know what was funny that night? One of the boys who was with me, you can tell who it was. He goes, because like everyone kind of like split up from there, and it was like me, you, and Naz went to
Yeah.
Soda, and one of the boys who was with, I'm not gonna say his name
Yeah, I
just
know.
because of the story. He goes, I'm gonna be back now. I was like, all right, where you going? He's going, I'll be back soon. Don't worry. So I was like, right, okay. I goes, we're gonna go Soda. Yeah, he was like, yeah, that's fine. Fucking 2 hours later,
Yeah,
right?
literally 2
I thought
hours
he'd
later.
gone. Like, is that doing a club? He comes in, fucking soaking wet because it's been raining. Like, where you been? Eyes wide like that.
Yeah.
I gone together chunky, didn't I? I was like, fucking. I was like, get him.
Yeah, but you know him though.
Ugh.
Like, you know him. Like, he's one of them ones who will literally stand on the dance floor for 6 hours and just stare at
Just stand
everyone.
there and stare at people like that, just walking past. Like,
It's
going
weird.
together chunky, didn't I?
It's
Like,
weird.
his teeth didn't even open. He's like, I'm going together chunky. You know, I was like, fucking hell.
That kid's
I was like, there's an hour, bro. We're going home. Like, he was like the last entrant in. It's like, bro, where did you go? All the way to Canton.
Shut the.
He
Oh
walked
my
out.
god.
I was like, you're a fiend, you are.
Yeah,
Mate.
that is a fiend. But I remember that the next time I went out with you, I was with Dom actually, and we come out with you and we met you all, and there was just she was how old was she? About 40. Just have a look at this, boom, just titties out.
Ooh,
everywhere.
where, when?
when we went out,
Ooh.
it was someone who you work with.
Oh.
Yeah, she just went like this. She just
yeah.
went like this. You want these, brother? Yeah,
Yeah.
poof. I was like,
Oh,
oh
I-
my god.
That's what she was saying, bro. And she's saying, oh, if she goes, oh, if I was single, I would suck your dick. I was like,
Yo, that's.
I got a
wild.
message, you know. She was like, oh, and she was shocked then.
Like she gets.
I know. It's like, oh, what? I never knew that. But,
Mate, older women are.
I know. Bro.
Jeez.
But she's always usually quiet in work. But nah, do you know when you actually, right, when you do actually work in a call center and there's good people there and the work's all right, like it's a really good environment to be in,
Yeah.
especially if like, I don't know, maybe if you're introverted or you struggle to make friends and stuff, I can guarantee you will find somebody there that you can be friends with. That's why like, it's sad because like a lot of call centers will eventually like the whole culture
Yeah.
there will die out because obviously as time goes on, less people are gonna phone. I never phone a call center, and because everything's like web chat or emails and stuff, you know. But like the more of them are now move into working from home and hybrid and stuff like that, like you don't spend that amount of time with people. And you'll see in a lot of call centers, like the call center will be your work life, it'll be your social life, it'll be your love life, it'll be literally your life if you let it be. Do you know what I mean? Like it's quite easy for you to find a girlfriend there, make friends there, and then every time you go out, it's with the same work people and stuff.
No,
Like,
that's horrible.
but it's good though if you're a person who doesn't have already all those
Yeah.
things, you know? So I would fully recommend anyone working. It's easy to work up in a call center. You just fucking got to do your job. But like that's the problem with the call centers, especially being a manager. A lot of them just go there and they just don't want to do their job.
It's
Do you know what I
insane.
mean? So,
It's
but
insane.
but yeah, no, I would 100% recommend anyone who's like don't know what to do or whatever, like do a call center job. It's fucking it's
Yeah,
dead easy.
How many people in them call center in that place that you worked, right? Literally just went in a bathroom, just stripped and just sent selfies naked.
Oh, I can loads. I can imagine. I know people that was like shagging in the toilets, doing other stuff. People who've had wanks in the toilet.
That's what. No, see, that's going too far.
I know, bro. I know,
That's
but like
going too far.
people do anything anyway. Like call centers, like they just call in the creatures, mate. There's just a creature calling. But like,
Did you ever do one? Go in the toilet, just whip your wood out and everything, and just send a photo.
no, but
I do it.
Justin, right? I absolutely love this guy. He's the funniest guy ever. And I hope he's watching this one because he has got the funniest picture on his phone, right? He goes to me, goes, "Oh mate, like been going to the gym a lot lately. Like, oh, what you think?" And he takes a picture. It's just him in the mirror, right? Belly out, right, with his fucking top half is not there. I was like, yo. And he's got this laugh here go.
Mate, them ones.
He's
right,
like, oh, have a look at this. I'm just like, bro, he's a fucking picture of him naked there.
Is he a big guy?
Yeah. Fucking class, mate. The funniest picture ever, I swear. The next time I see him, I want to see it again, bro. It's the funniest thing ever. Oh, you don't give a fuck. But there's people like that, like why I used to like love going to work. Because you do just get some characters there. Like this one guy, Tyrone, right? If he was a second, right? A second over his shift, right? Because he's stuck on the phone because he's speaking to someone. Because you can't obviously just hang up.
He just hang the phone up.
No. He wouldn't just hang up. But he used to get like high blood pressure as well. So his head used to just fucking, he was bald as fuck as well, right? Proper slap head. And his head would just go bright. We'd have countdowns. We'd have timers like, how fast is it going to take for his head to get red now? Because if he passed his shift having to speak to somebody and his head would just go bright red. And then he would start to sweat, right? And then he would start to get angry. This one time, he's like, this woman was like, she wasn't being difficult, but she was just rambling on and he was trying to get her off. Then all of a sudden, he just pulled his drawer out of his desk, right? Didn't mean to. And his fucking, all his change and shit went flying all over the floor. He used to get so fucking angry.
That's anger problems, though.
It was the funniest shit ever because his blood pressure used to just hit him and he used to just start sweating. It was the funniest.
When I first started working, when like everybody who was working in that place, we were all new, so it was like a chance to all get to know each other and stuff like that. So we're like, oh, okay. So I remember this one kid who used to come into work, right? He was, I was 21 at that stage. He was like 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like the nicest kid ever. But he used to have like alcohol problems when he was like 16, 17. But he stopped all that. So he used to come in, but he used to like wear like this long black leather, like Matrix Neo coat, like you know what
Morpheus.
I mean? Morpheus or something, whatever it was. And he was like, and he was like pure nice. And like every time I'd work with him, he'd like, do you want like I'm getting like a hot chocolate from the coffee machine, like, do you want? I was like, yeah. And every time I get one, like, yeah. And then like I knew he was gay, but he didn't say anything to anyone. It was just kind of that thing. So one day he tells one of the girls that he's gay. So he comes up to me one day. He goes, "You know I'm gay, don't you?" Kind of. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, oh, just you know what I mean, because like you know I talk to him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not even joking. 12 hours later, and I get a message saying, "Hey babe, what are you doing?"
Nah.
I was like, yo,
Wait.
cut that shit out. I swear to God.
No.
I swear to God.
Listen, that's a definition of fucking give him an inch, take a mile. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, I'm like,
Fucking give him the tip. You got the old shaft on you. Do you know what I mean?
literally, you went to me, hey, babe, what are you doing? I'm like meant for me. He
Babe.
was like, oh, no, I swear to God. And then he was like, oh, so he's like, what? He's like, oh, so and so is talking about you in work. So that's when I knew it was for me. And I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like, yo. So I went into work the next day and I spoke to one of the women.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, can you? Because like she was like the supervisor or something at that point. I'm like, yo, listen, could you just do me a favor? Like, he's a nice kid and all that. Can you like have a word with him, please?
Yeah.
She was like, I'll have a word with him, but when you left yesterday, because I left to go home.
Yeah.
He's like, he's in the toilet swigging vodka. He had black tan all over his lips when he's smoking a cigarette in the toilet and necking a bottle of vodka. He got sacked that day and I went home and decided to text. Actually, so I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But then I heard he just went off the rails.
Man, that's a wild ass story. That is.
But like he was like such like a genuinely cool dude as well. I don't care if he was gay or not. Do you know what I mean? But yo, saying hey babe is a bit like,
I know. Nah, there was when I first started in Sky. There was this one guy who's. Well, he was a guy at the time. He's now transitioned. And he used to like fucking proper cat call me, innit? And I was like, but bear in mind, he was like in his 30s, innit? And I was 18. Bro, and I had to tell him one time, I was like, bro, I said, yo, you better stop, mate. Because like, it's all well and like, you know, it's a bit of banter and stuff. But when you're like, proper, like, I can't walk down the call center because I know you're going to stand up out your seat and start checking me out and start saying shit and whatever. Like, I was like, bro, that shit got to stop. I was like, you better stop that shit.
Because let's be real, if you did that to a girl, you get fired.
Exactly. So I said, yo, that shit better stop, innit? And he was like, it's like playing it down or whatever. I was like, all right, bro, carry on. So then, obviously, this is when I was just started speaking to Son, actually. And he was still doing it from time to time or whatever. But then he started doing it to other boys. I was like, oh, good, he's moving on. But then he was going around to like, bearing in mind, I wasn't even trying to chat to any girls at this Christmas party. But like, he was just going around telling all the girls, oh, nobody speaks to him because anyone who speaks to him, I'm going to fuck you up. He's all mine or whatever. Bruh. That's when I had to pull him. I was like, listen, it's your last chance. Say shit like that again. I was like, I don't care what you are. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, that's
and then he stopped that shit. Then
I've
been mistaken for gay a few times, not a lot though. Back in the day, anyway. Obviously, not. I don't think I'd get passed off as now, but like, I definitely been when I was like 3 stone lighter with a quiff in her.
Yeah, because you look like a toothpick with a like a pumpkin, like.
Nah, I think it was just because I was sexy though. Do you know what I mean?
Mampy head for you. It's way too skinny for that.
Yeah, but then I grew into it. I was
crazy.
Yeah,
like Jack Skellington. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, that's
you
funny.
needed to be fat. But
I'm gonna pop up a picture now, actually. It's funny.
Yeah. When I remember when I went out for my 18th, and we went out with one of our friends, and we were in a nightclub, and it was another girl's 18th birthday party. So me and her got to like chatting and stuff like that, and then our friend got kicked out of the nightclub the same time as her male best friend got kicked out of the nightclub because they were both downstairs. I walked outside of my best mate's got like the guy's tie around his neck and all stuff. I'm like, yo,
gotta do what you gotta do. That's one thing I would never ever do if I was single or was the baddest chick, bro. I would never do anything in a nightclub, bro. In the toilets as well. It's so nasty, bro. It's probably the most dirtiest place.
What if it's like a quiet?
Listen, I know you've done anything.
What if it's like a quiet Wednesday night?
No, but I'm talking about when it's like 2 a.m. and it's piss all over the floor and and you gotta like give the looky a 5 and just be like, bro, shush. Well, I don't know, honestly, I don't know, but I heard that's what you can do.
No, it's like a Wednesday night when it's quiet after like 8 cocktails.
Yeah, and slugging lettuce.
Was this slugging? Yeah, the one I used to be in Missouri. Yo, is it blowing up a spot there?
but yeah, no, I'm all out of funny work stories. Should we go on to the next subject or topic we want to talk about?
Crack on, mate.
We're gonna get into this is the spooky part of the episode now.
How long have we got over?
50 minutes.
That's not too bad, actually.
Because we're gonna have like subject topic points we want to talk about just from obviously I've said it about 50 fucking times, but life experience.
Let me go first about this one.
Yeah.
So
this is the paranormal part.
So when I first started going out with my now, fiance, who I got kids with and all stuff like that, like I never used to take her back to the house because obviously, like, we used to share a bedroom.
It was a full house and shit.
So we used to go to my nan's. She was the only one living out upstairs. She had like a 3-story house, so we could just go upstairs. You know what I mean? Do the deed and stuff like that. And then, and I remember one
What's
day.
all that tomfoolery? What the fuck is that?
And then I remember one day, we were sitting on a settee and we were watching Big Bang Theory, and I swear on everything, right? Like this is no exaggeration. I jump up and like I've lost my breath and I'm like this, and I'm out of breath and I can't breathe because like something scared the actual shit out of me, and I'm like, she's like, what are you doing? Like what? Like literally, like what are you doing? All I can remember seeing is, I swear to God, is this old woman, right, with these glasses on, just look at me and just kept going past like that. This is why a part of me does believe in that. And it wasn't my nando either. But,
she was probably sat in your face while you were sleeping.
No, we wasn't.
You're going, oh.
No, we wasn't doing that.
No, the ghost was.
Ooh. Like a scary movie.
He's like,
No, I was like this, and then all of a sudden, but honest God, like obviously it was white, like it was a ghost, like it wasn't like didn't have any color or anything like that, and I just remember a clear face, just going past like this, and I was like, I just see a ghost.
It's fucking. Did you freeze?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I froze. I just
no. Did you like you didn't like you couldn't say anything? You were just like.
Oh, for that split second, because it's only like what, like 3 seconds, like probably not even that. So yeah, for that I'm just like, and then all of a sudden I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then I started to like panic like shit.
And Nan's old house was like rumored to have been haunted anyway.
That was a scary place, man.
Yeah, it was fucking. It was always a kind of a creepy ass place.
There was China dolls and stuffed toys everywhere. Like that shit was freaky as hell.
But yeah, no, I've had 2 sort of paranormal sort of experiences, shall I say. The less scary one was I just kind of came back from work or the gym, got in the shower and whatever. It was back in my old room, and like I got into my room and it was like a scrumpled up lottery ticket in the middle of the floor, innit? I was like, what the fuck? Why is it in the middle of the floor? My bin's in the corner of the room. So I was like, who's been in my room then? So I went in, spoke to a mum and said, like, who's been in my room? And it was like, well, no one has. I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, I was like, that's fucking weird. There was a scrumpled up lottery ticket in the middle of the room, put it in the bin, and then I've looked over to the window on my left and there's like a silhouette of like a body and face of the shape. Now, bearing in mind, none of the other windows were like steamed up or nothing. There was no condensation on any of the windows, just this one plane. And it had like shoulders like that and then a head like that as well. I was like, what the fuck? So I've gone close and I can see it was obviously like condensation or whatever, but it was in the shape of a body, right? So I was like, that's fucking weird. But anyway, the downstairs was getting redecorated, innit? So what I didn't realize, obviously, our sister who passed away when she was little, when she was 6 months, she's had a balloon since when she was in hospital or whatnot. It's been inflated for like, well, till this day, right? 26 years, which that's the title on my arm there. It's what the message says on the balloon. But that balloon was in my room. I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. But it was whenever that balloon was in a certain room, weird shit would always happen. So that was one of like paranormal type shit. I thought, that's kind of weird. What I do regret though, didn't open up the lottery ticket and check the numbers and be like, all right, I should have put them on. Maybe that was a sign. Maybe it was a sign. But maybe it was a sign of just at the time I was like, well, I still don't. I don't give a fuck about money, you know. But yeah.
No, that is like bizarre shit.
But it was
man,
like no
that.
one went in the room. It was in the middle of the floor. There was a silhouette in there, and a balloon was in there. And I was like, it doesn't check out. But the next one was actually this was similar to what you had. So we was all the family was like watching TV. It was like a rare occurrence because we never used to do that. But like we'd all watch TV in the living room at the time, and I was just laying there on the settee like that, and the TV was in like say the corner that way, and it was a window to the side. I'm just watching the TV, and I'm just like looking at the left like that, and all I can see is like this ashy type cloudy like thing you probably saw was like a man going like that, looking in the window like that, like don't you like look for something, you do that. But this was like a couple of weeks after our grampy died, so I've always thought to this day that it was him, that it was him watching, because I thought, because to me it might not have been him, because it was always like they used to say like there was an old man that died in that house or whatever or whatever. But it was like it was a couple of like I can't remember if it was weeks or days to be honest, but it was definitely around about the time, and it just so happened to be like when we was all together in the living room, and it was like a cloudy sort of ashy type thing looking for a window like that, and I just like looked at it and I froze, and then I just like the only thing I could literally do was just like turn and face the settee, and I was like, I was frozen for minutes.
I think I remember though you saying that before, like years and years and years ago. I think I remember.
But I never actually like said anything to it until I was like, because it always stuck with me. I was like, you will never forget that. Like anyone who's actually seen a ghost or think they've seen a ghost, everyone says they've seen the same shit.
Yeah, but like not only that, it imagines like at the time, it sounds stupid in your head.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like no, that kind of.
But it was like, because obviously he was like bedbound for like years and years and years and years. Like, and I can barely remember when he wasn't in a bed, and like to see like standing looking for and I couldn't quite make out the face. Like I really couldn't. But I fucking know what I saw, and I definitely saw that.
Do you know what? Do you know like with me, and when it comes to like stuff, like I can remember, younger, like as a kid about certain people, so like about Grampy and stuff like that. I can never remember video.
Yeah.
I can only like a 3-second, like I can remember like a picture, like I can always like remember like that certain like day and that certain time. Like I can still remember the last time like I saw him walking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can still remember stuff like that. I can still remember, you know, playing as a kid, you know, under eights in like a final, and he used to manage us, so like he was on the sideline. I can still remember stuff like that.
I can only really remember, well, there's only 2 times being in his car, bro, and just getting ragged about, bro, because he used to fucking drive it like Mario Kart.
Lights, mate, it was insane.
I remember that, and I remember I can't remember where we was, but I do remember that we was in like, it might have been the packet or something, and he was there with Nana, but yeah, no, but I was obviously really young, like even still, like when he passed it.
No, I still remember like going down to like he used to take me down to Ninian Park and I had to watch the city and stuff like that. So you know, I still remember like quite a bit. Obviously,
it's shit in it. It is shit, but
hell yeah.
People just you gotta hold on to those like memories and those key memories as well. That's why your childhood is so important to shape you as an adult. It's crazy.
The only thing I was like, he did pass when we were really young.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't as if like we were like adults and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? We were like young.
Yeah. So. Sucks, but
shit, man.
But yeah, shout out to him anyway. He's a Doc's legend.
Legend. This is what I was gonna ask you, right? Do you know, because you made me think now about like that ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And what if she was like sitting on my face and stuff like that, right? So what if, right?
You had coochie.
So, but what if, right?
That paranormal coochie.
Yeah, but what if like you had like a threesome with like your girlfriend and a ghost, but your girlfriend didn't know about it?
Yeah, but you can't feel anything.
No, but like you're there just.
What? Where the fuck is your brain going,
I don't know.
bro?
Like what if you know,
got some fucking issues.
Like, you're doing like thing, and then like the ghost is like eating your ass stuff, and it felt like good. Like, would you tell your girlfriend, "Oh, like listen, a ghost is eating my ass"? Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, no, to be fair, out of all your fucking weird shit you come out with, this is a good scenario to think about. Would I tell her?
No, hell no, you're not telling her. I'm not telling her.
No, but how are you even supposed to address that? I'd be like, yo, I think a ghost is eating my ass.
No, because you know it. Like, you know.
Oh, there's
like,
a
you
ghost.
know that is happening.
Yeah, but do I know what the ghost looks like?
Yeah. You can pick whoever it is.
It's a baddie.
Yeah, baddie.
Oh,
Salima Hayek and
does that
Dustin
count?
Dunn and that, like, all that.
I would have to ask her, does it count?
Don't count. She's not real. The person's not real. But you can still, like, feel like that sensation. You can still feel the sensation.
Feel just the brushes.
The breeze, yeah.
Do I tell her? Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know. I'd probably tell her. Just be like, listen, this is what's happening. Yeah.
You can't cheat with a ghost, though.
Yeah, I know. No, and actually, no, I wouldn't tell her. Fuck her.
Like, where, like, Patrick Swayze, like, put his arms around you.
Oh, fuck that.
And ghost.
Yeah. But yeah, any other paranormal shit that you've encountered? Obviously you believe in ghosts then because of that, but what's happened?
Yeah, but do you know what? A part of me is still like
what is ghost though?
Yeah, you were just like, it wasn't real. Like, it could have just been like a reflection somewhere, but like I still put that in my brain. Like, do you know what I mean? I still like think like real.
But like mine was like, so what I thought was our Grampy, like he was outside. Do you know what I mean? Like it was outside. Like what kind of like reflections or projections am I gonna get that look like that from outside? Do you know what I mean? So, and we both said like the substance or whatever it was, like the figurine is similar to what we both seen.
Do you think though it could be like your consciousness, like being like that's what you wanted to see because that's what has been on your mind for all them weeks? Like, could it have been like, listen, like?
No, because I couldn't honestly think back because I was so young at the time. I was like 10, 11. Do you know what I mean? So like I couldn't honestly tell you, but it's definitely seen what I seen. I definitely believe it was a ghost. 100% was a ghost. Whether it was him or not, I feel so because of obviously the circumstances it was under. Yeah, I would like to think it was.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, nah. But I don't know, man. And then there's certain things paranormally just can't be explained. You know, like shit does happen that just can't be explained. You know, but like for me, being a ghost is a ghost a good thing? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is it a good thing that you hear? Like, are you like, how do you interpret that? Do you think that they're stuck here?
No, I don't believe.
Do you think that they ascend down from heaven and they watch
like everybody else
and check in and do X, Y, and Z? Like, part of me would like to think so in the good moments, not when I'm fucking got my cacks on my ankles. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to be watching over me then.
I don't mind that either. I don't mind that either.
But yeah, no, I would like to think that they just come down and check in.
Listen, they book time off. They come down, have a visit, and then go back.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Like I think that's what happened.
I remember because paranormal stuff in movies doesn't scare me. Like Paranormal Activity.
Listen, when we first watched Paranormal Activity, we thought it was real.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Bro, we both nearly had panic attacks.
Yeah, but that's because at the beginning of the film it says
it's footage, real, based on real footage.
Yeah, based on real footage.
And we watched it before it even popped off, bro. We watched it like we watched a copy of it before it was even out in cinemas in the UK, the US. We thought we stumbled across some real life dark web shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Like we thought it was like a real ass scary, like fucking real footage. Bro, we freaked the fuck out. And thinking back and thinking, yo, it's the most non-scary film ever. It's just film. Boom.
What's the scariest film you've ever seen?
Probably that, Mike, because of the circumstance.
No, like now. Like no, actually, so at that time, at that moment, that's the scariest film.
Yes, 100%. I mean, we had fucking panic attacks, bro. We were like, I was like, turn it off.
You had like things flying around the room. Like, it was ridiculous.
Nah, but I would probably say like without those circumstances, the film that would like kind of scare me. Either The Conjuring #1.
Oh my god! Let me tell you something.
On the wardrobe.
Wait. Yes, and also the scream at the end made me feel physically sick. Like my stomach, I was like, I'm gonna be sick.
Nah, that when she's on top of the wardrobe, bro, and she just fucking Mr. Miyagi's bro. I'm like, fuck that. Insidious is scary as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? What film to this day still freaks me? Wow. Like it freaks me out. Pito had to leave the cinema.
No, I agree.
Pito, I had to leave the
I agree
cinema
with you.
with what? The film?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Strangers.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, do you know, seriously, do you know that film again? Do you know them ones that make me feel physically sick? I'm like, I can't do it.
Because, like,
It's so creepy.
it's
It
one
is
of them,
so
yo,
creepy.
it could happen.
Yeah. That's
Do you know
it is
what the
as
most
well.
horrifying part of that film is? When they got them all tied up and they're about to just stab
And it
fuck about it.
just-
And she goes, why us? And she's like, because you were home. I'm like,
Yeah.
bruh. Fuck
Nah,
yeah,
it just
no.
gave me like goosebumps. I hate that shit so bad.
Just because you were home, I'm like, oh
I hate
my
that shit
lord.
so much. Especially like Mr. Potato Sack, mate. And she's hiding in a pantry with a thing. And then he just walks away on the table and then walks back. I'm like,
bro, it's yeah, that film's horrifying. Purely based on wasn't that like add some true elements to it as well?
Yeah, they there was like based on like a couple on there.
But like
She was pregnant as well. That's what made it even worse.
Yeah, like that film is it's definitely up there. Scary ass.
Mate, I remember he was like he's like, boys, I gotta leave. I gotta leave, boys. I can't do this. I gotta leave. And then we go outside. And he's sitting on his pool table talking to like 2:15.
Fucking hell.
Just drinking his drink, just speaking to like, I was like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Kid needs help, mate. Kid needs help.
I love him so much.
but yeah. Oh,
we were young though at that time. That's why I'm saying.
Oh
that.
yeah. No,
it's
of
not as
course.
if he's like 20.
What is actually? Actually, no. I'm sticking with that list. I think Strangers is definitely up there. Top 5 scary film.
I think moments in a film, like the Conjuring at the end when she screams. That
Conjuring
for me
is
like
fucking horrifying.
Insane.
Insidious is scary.
Yeah, Insidious.
Don't actually know any others, to be fair. I don't really find like sort of like monsters and shit scary because I know it's not true. But you know, I think it could be true. Like that fucking.
Oh no, Zombie from 28 Days.
28 Days Later.
Yeah, 28 Days Later. That one scared the shit out of me.
Because 28 Days Later, it's just got such a realistic feel to it. It's fucking horrifying.
It's the one with Robert Carlyle in there.
No, that's 28 Weeks. That was just brutal. That film.
That's the one where they get a helicopter at the end.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, cool. Right, you ready to wrap this up?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm gonna go and play some Overwatch.
Big up yourself.
Big up myself.
But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the new type format or whatever. I really liked that conversation. I thought it was a nice, fun, enjoyable conversation. What about you, Mike?
Listen, like you said, you don't want to listen to Trevor McDonald and Ben Shepherd all day, so
yeah. If you want to hear all that, then just fucking turn on the news, innit? But yeah, no, we're gonna go with this format from now on until we have guests. We are working on getting some guests. Like we don't just want anyone on. Do you know what I mean?
We live in a place where, come on,
like there's not a lot of people to choose from, but like we're trying to get some people on. You will eventually see people on. We do eventually want to do, well, I'll just say now, a public podcast as well. I'm not sure if I said it on another podcast, but we do actually want to go in the middle of town, set up 3 mics, 2 of us will sit there and just see if any people in the public want to join in.
Oh, do you know what would be cool as well? Doing it like a restaurant and just eat food. I just want to eat food.
I'd literally. But yeah, no, we do want to do that. We're gonna try and do a public podcast soon, working on guests. But for now, this is the format when it is us because we enjoy it. It's nice, and if you did like it, make sure you drop a like. Comment as well. If you got anything you want us to talk about, any dilemmas you've seen, doesn't have to be your own. Just whatever, just let us know. None of you do, but somehow you do watch this and you do want to give us a subject to talk about, whatever, then just let us know.
Who was that guy who commented on the last video as well? Big up him.
Big up Will.
Yeah.
I've got a very small community now in my live streams. Got a couple of my G's that come in from time to time.
I have to shout a few of them out.
Shout out Raja. Shout out
Matty.
Shout out Matty.
No, what was the other kid? Penguin.
Shout out Will, Penguin.
Yeah,
shout out Valid as well. Valid dropped in the live stream. He said he just drunk 14 Stellas and burnt his house down. So shout out him. But yeah, no, shout out my guys. But yeah, obviously you can catch us on live streams throughout the weeks and stuff. Keep up with that. If you're gonna do, obviously I've got a travel vlog. Obviously gonna come out soon. But we got any like sort of IRL type videos we're gonna do anytime soon? Do we want to see another try not to laugh challenge?
I'm down for one. Oh mate, Actually, yes, because I've got so many Beetlejuice videos. I want to put them up.
All right. Try Not to Laugh video soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Stick around because I know my boy Charlie and Frankie, they love their videos as well.
Yeah.
Charlie said he's my biggest fan, so nice one, Charlie.
I love him.
Charlie don't watch the podcast though. It's too old for him.
Yeah, very, yeah.
But yeah, all right, cool. So let's wrap it up. Make sure you follow us on all our socials at SelioTV and
Michael Celio.
Twitter, Instagram, all that fun shit. Check all the clips and highlights of the podcast. You can catch that on TikTok. Obviously, we don't share all of it, but find some of the clips from previous episodes there. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun shit. We are 43% towards our target of 1,000 subs. So we're on like 430 something. Every now and then I just see people unsubscribe and I'm just like, fuck you. But, you know, the game's the game. Yeah, if you don't like the shit that I do, that is absolutely fine. I hope you find somebody who does and lighten up your day. But yeah, all right, cool. Ready to wrap?
Yeah.
Sweet. Nice one, guys. And we will catch you next time.
What did
No.
Put it all on me. You drink for free. Oh, baby, you know what I need. Go and get the keys, I could get you anything. Put it all on me. You drink.